The primary objective of financial freedom isn't Lambos and yachts and these things. It's to not have constant anxiety, stress, and worry and complaints about health, or your mother needs you, or your car breaking down. It's just knowing that all of life's little problems can be fixed because you have money, because you can pay someone else to fix them. To achieve this dream, men in the 1800s would get into wagons and cross the uninhabited terrain, risk murder or kidnap, risk malaria or typhoid, and if they made it alive, they'd buy a shovel and stand in the desert heat all day long, digging in the sand for little pieces of gold. People lost their lives for a chance at financial freedom. And nowadays you say to someone, you haven't got to do that. You don't have to take a 6-week journey across unexplored terrain and risk your life. You haven't got to do that. You know what you have to do? You have to type on a keyboard. Yeah, later. How the fuck do you help these people? What can I do? And the majority of people are losers. You have to wake up and you have to give a shit. You have to wake up and go, you know what? I'm responsible for my health, and I'm responsible for my finances, and I'm responsible for my family, and I'm responsible for the decisions I make, and I'm responsible for my work ethic, and I'm responsible for my motivation, and I'm gonna win. That's all you have to do to be monumentally wealthy. Yeah. And the reason it is so easy is because most people can't do that. If everyone could do that, then to win would be hard.
So you should be in a permanent state of anxiety, feeling the stress of trying to find the opportunity to go before everybody else. And the common man doesn't do this. The common average man wants to wait for everybody else to go first to make sure it's safe. Let me see what everyone else does. That's why people are buying Bitcoin now. When everyone else went first, they were scared. But now everybody does it. They want to get in. Well, guess what? A lot of the monumental returns, the possibility to be monumentally wealthy off of a meager investment is now gone. Risk and reward are linked. Like a crazy woman who's hot. Unfortunately, the hot ones are crazy. Risk and reward, it's how it goes. Yin and yang, light and dark, up and down. You cannot avoid these things. So you must be permanently pushing to move first, to take action, to do something right away. You're the first one to do it, you see huge rewards. You should be able to close your mind and imagine the life you want to live so viscerally, so to the point where you can taste it, so that this reality, the one outside of your mind, feels like nothing but a prelude, a ramp, which allows you to get where you want to go. The mind is that powerful. If you ask any champion of anything, they always envision themselves as champion all of the time. And the reason they do that is, one, so they feel confident, but two, so that if they don't become champion, they're more angry and more motivated for the next attempt to ensure that they do become champion. So that's the mentality and the mindset you have to have. Your mind is your number one ally in all things. A lot of you have been sabotaged internally by your own mind. Your own psyche is working against you.
You deserve to lose. I don't feel sorry for you at all, because when I had nothing, I'd do anything it took. I could say I love my wife all day long. I could say I love my kids all day long. What does that even mean if I'm not going to finish work and take an extra hour out of my day to try something new? Your love means nothing if you don't try.
Sleep less and get rich. You either want it or you don't. Truthfully, if you want it, it's possible to fail.
If you want to get rich, I absolutely guarantee you will get rich. You have the entire world at your fingertips, and you're still not motivated, and you still don't care enough, and you're still not prepared to try something new. I don't know how there's broke people out here sleeping just fine at night. Dummies, losers.
Don't you understand? We can laugh at the system. We can mock the system, but you're still inside of the system. So who's really winning? When we call them dumb idiot losers, but they still control your life, what does that make you? The reason you don't believe is because you believe somehow, somewhere, something is out there coming to save you. Nobody is gonna save you. Trump ain't gonna save you. I'm not gonna save you. Your family's not gonna save you. Luck isn't gonna save you. Nothing is going to save you. You're in a barren sea. You're in the middle of the Pacific. There's no ships around. You can swim or you can drown. Now it's a long swim, but you better get started, because you can't just float there waiting for some miracle. God does not reward quitters, and he doesn't reward the slow. As counterintuitive as this may sound, God does not reward the thinkers. He rewards the action takers. The people who instantly take action without thinking do pretty good. A lot of stupid people get very rich by instantly taking action without thinking. Then you have the very smart people who take action and then think about the action they took. They think post-action. I'm going to take an action because I have to be first. Now let me think about what I've done. I've done something. So now let me think about how to make the most of the action I have taken. The people in the middle who are thinking about action only lose because they are never first. Thinking is slow. And they do that because they believe something is coming to save them. I don't have that much interest in politics anymore because the battle against the liberals has been won. My question to you, sir, as a consummate professional, is your life any better now that that battle's been won? I mean, Trump was coming to save us all. But if you actually analyze your life now to the same time last year, you're in the most favorable administration you could hope for. Donald Trump, real G, they're coming after the deep state. They said they're going to lock everyone up. They're tired of the shenanigans. They're putting an end to it all. The crypto czar, he's going to put a bunch of crypto into the real. We're all going to be rich. It's all going to be fantastic. When he won, after dodging a bullet in November, you believed by this time, this year, you would be a millionaire with a harem of trad wives. And I ask you, sir, do you have a harem of trad wives? No. Are you rich? No. Do you still struggle to pay your f***ing bills? Yes. What has changed? Nothing. So why weren't you taking action back in November or December of last year? It's because you believed that the system was coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you.
If you did what you believed was best at the time, hindsight's a bitch, right? If you did what you believed was best at the time, then what are you mad for? Every mistake I made in my life, at the time I thought I was doing the right thing. So I'm not gonna be mad at past me. And every single bad thing that's happened to me, every single piece of trauma that's happened in my life has led me here. So if you're happy with where you are currently, then you have to be happy for every bad thing that's ever happened to you.
I've never met somebody with a fantastic life who did not completely and utterly believe in themselves. I've never seen somebody massively succeed and they didn't believe in themselves, ever. I've never seen somebody who just allows life to happen to them and become blown off course by some sadness, end up doing massively monumental and important things. I've never seen it.
It's never happened.
It does, and it's never going to happen because it's competitor. It's like crypto. It's player versus player.
Right.
And there's people like me out here. So when that breaks your heart and you take a few months off and she ends up on my jet and I get rid of her and I don't give a shit.
It was because you never took those months off. You were always working.
Yeah, that's right. And if she leaves me afterwards, let's say she just likes to leave men, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm still working. You're still crying. You can't possibly ever beat me. I'll continue to beat you into eternity, as will my bloodline. You will sit and pay the price for the rest of your human years. Even your ancestors above you are disappointed in you, and your offspring for the rest of your lineage will look up and say, my great-great-great-grandfather was a loser because I broke his heart, and now we've been broke ever since.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
But you know what's crazy? Because I feel like your life, the way when you talk about it, it's so much struggle, it's so much hardship. But still, you consider yourself the most luckiest person.
I'm absolutely the luckiest man on the planet.
Because still now, you still have a lot of hardship. You're getting hit from this direction, from that direction. You know what I mean? So how do you, first of all, if you could mention some of the moments where you were really struggling in your life, where you were really like in threats and you were like really stuck, and how you consider yourself lucky even despite all this.
I'll tell you why I'm absolutely lucky. And I don't want to give too many details away, but in my previous life, I was certainly I knew some very dangerous people. I've done some dangerous things. There's been a few expose documentaries on the kind of things I was involved in previously. I've had attempts on my life. People have tried to stab me. I've had people try to kill me. I've had members of my family attempts on them. I've had a very certainly difficult life. I don't consider any of the mental stress of this recent Matrix attack anywhere near comparable to the physical altercations and things that have happened to me. But the reason I'm the luckiest man on earth is because God has given me endless building blocks to build a superhero.
Struggle is good.
He's given me endless power. He's given me endless motivation. What did we say?
Yeah.
He's given me endless. I have endless sources of power. I can sit here right now and recall events that will prevent me from sleeping for 2 to 3 days. That gives me a superpower that other men do not have. They want to go to sleep. They're tired. I can stop being tired for days at a time. I can just have a thought. I can remember. I can sit, close my eyes, and use the power of my brain to vividly remember events, and I will not sleep for days. So how
You don't need any drugs. You don't need anything.
I've never taken a drug in my life. I've never tried cocaine in my life. I've never tried weed in my life ever.
Wow.
I drink a lot of coffee. I smoke cigars, bit of vodka, but I've never tried a narcotic in my life.
Wow.
So God has given me an endless source of power. And when people come to me and say, oh, this happened, I'm really sad, or my heart broke, or this bad thing happened to me, I say, good. Thank the Lord that he's given you this endless source of motivation. You're wasting it. Yeah. That's your problem. But it's been given to you. Nitrous oxide has been given to you. You just have to use it in the correct way. So I'm the luckiest man in the world because all the bad things that happened to me have given me all the building blocks to become the most fantastic man on the face of the planet.
The car you want, the reason it's so expensive is because others people want it. The beautiful woman, everyone wants her. Everything about life as a man is war. It is conflict because you are competing against the other men who want it the same. Life is war. This idea that you can go through life as a man and avoid war is probably the biggest mistake that most men make. Running a business is war. Running an online company, it's war. Life as a man is war. You need to wake up and view it exactly as what it is. Everything I desire, other men are trying to get. This is a war and I must outcompete them. Even in jail, it was a war for who could stay most calm. A war for who could suffer the least. I was surrounded by people who lost their minds and I refused. It was a battle. While others complain that they do not feel happy enough, I'm happy I'm struggling. Do you understand? I don't care. I'm happy to be struggling. That is the beauty of life as a man, to be great. If you concern yourself only with being happy, you are once again acting like a female or a child. Happiness is fleeting. I want to be happy. Who cares? I want to be great. And let me ask you a question as a man at home, genuinely, truthfully. Would you rather be a loser who's always smiling, or would you rather be a stressed winner? Because I'll tell you something about winners. Most of them are stressed. So you have to sit here and ask yourself, do you want to be a happy loser that's insignificant? Nobody knows you exist. Women don't respect you. Nobody cares if you live or die, but you get to smile all the time. Or do you want to be one of the most important people on the planet with a little bit of stress? If you stop caring about being happy and you start caring instead about being great, guess what you end up being? Along with great. You end up happy if you forget about happiness and try to become great. You will never be successful if you're concerned about being happy, so forget about it.
You're only going to be rewarded if you differentiate yourself from the crowd via effort. A lot of people don't know how to try anymore, but we are not like that. We know better. We know how to try. That's why we always endlessly win. You should feel genuinely worried about wasting a single second, because you can't let the winners keep dunking on you. I've spoken at length about how the world is getting harder and harder. This is true. This is easy to observe. Everybody knows it. There are people out there in the world who are going to try hard to change that dynamic because they don't believe they can ever be rich. There are people who are going to sit and say, I don't want the rich to get richer and the poor to get poorer because I'm poor. And there's other people who sit and say, I like it this way. I like this challenge. I like that the game is rigged because now if I get rich, I get richer. That's how rich people think. Winners think, I have no problem with the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer because I'm going to be one of the rich ones. Losers think, no, we need to spread it all out. If you accept the rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer, then you need to be prepared to do whatever it takes to win the game. Just like a video game. The harder the level, the greater the difficulty, the larger the high score at the end. I mean, you should try every day anyway, but let's assume you're the kind of person who can't try every day because you don't have that grit and consistency. If you're not going to pull your finger out now and finally try in these few days, when are you going to try? When are better chances going to come? Because they're actually right in front of you. This is a huge, important period in your life when it comes to your success and your finances. If you're not going to try now, when are you going to try?